Emma Thompson.
Okay, that's possibly the first thing that's said on the stream.
Start as we mean to go
Hi,
on.
internet.
I mean, to be fair,
I'm
it's better
just doing
than,
a Wordle.
to be fair, it's better than fuck Jake.
Welcome to the show, everyone.
Hello and welcome.
Oh, blimey.
If anyone wants to
Time
check that the
sponsored
stream's
by
live,
Everest.
that would be very nice.
I have checked. It is
I will
live.
love you forever. I've got arm fleas. That's not good.
Oh no.
You got arm of fleas.
No, I've got arm fleas.
Armored fleas.
Armored fleas.
A small army of
Cannot
armored
get it.
fleas.
I've got 2 guesses left, and I'm not going to lie, I'm getting stressed out.
It
What-
took me to 5.
what letters have you
today,
got?
Yeah.
I can't tell you because what if other people
Yeah, it
aren't
could be
in
a
today's
confusing
Wordle?
Yeah,
word.
this is true.
Oh yeah.
So basically, I've got no sympathy with you, is what I'm saying.
Are you one of these people who does Wordle and then puts it on their socials like a?
No, but I
Spoon.
do have a couple of group chats where we don't actually tell each other what we've got. It's just every so often someone comments, got it in 3, got it in 5, got it in
Aw.
didn't get it. And the people who post didn't get it get an absolute berating.
Do you want the answer, Steph?
No.
I can't remember what it is, to be honest. Have you got a
Oh.
start word, Steph, or do you change it up?
My start word is always I-line, like I-L-I-N-E, because I feel like it hits
Oh,
3.
Vowels.
It hits 3 vowels. Yeah. So this is freaking stressful.
It took me ages to get it today, but also I am poorly.
Oh yes, we are live.
Mm.
Just had the notification.
So yeah,
Lovely.
I'm wondering because we've got like 30 seconds before we start. Will Steph get Wordle?
No pressure.
In that-
I'm stumped. You lot talk amongst yourselves. I'm doing Wordle tonight. I've still got the Harry Potter one to do yet. Calm yourself.
There's
Is
a
that
Harry Potter word
is
on.
that
It's
is
a
that
Harry Potter. I'll
turfle?
send-
Yeah.
I'll send you the link. No,
I'm off.
J.K. Rowling isn't doing it, so she can't.
Turfle.
I'm off, Pete.
Turfle.
Oh, cool.
I tried to do. Have you seen the one called Loodle? That's just for swear words.
Oh, is that like the Rudolph?
Yeah,
Steph's face.
I'm doing that one.
yeah. That's pretty good.
How'd you spell it?
Like Lewd.
As in
I
lewd?
think. Yeah.
Can I
Okay,
just
Dave,
You're
say,
supposed to
let's
be an
not have a
English
go at
teacher.
I'm also
I feel
dyslexic.
like
Yeah.
we've all
Never mind it.
feel like we've all got the memo tonight. It feels like we're all at the acid end of the pH scale. Like,
Sorry, Steph. Did you
We're
just
all
say
understood
you're
the
also
assignment.
sexting?
I mean, I'm not also sexting. I said I'm also dyslexic.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
oh, blimey, we could have been in trouble then. Bit more saliva. I would have been at it for minutes.
Because I was going to say, Steph, we are live.
Oh, I've got a letter.
How many guesses you on?
On Loodle, I'm on my 3rd guess, and I've only
Oh,
got one
right.
letter, but I don't know when it's in. Like what position it's in, and I still haven't done the other one. And I honestly,
Okay, Steph, we need to start, mate.
we don't. You carry on.
I just want to shout out what the word is for today's Wordle. Just
No.
Don't be that guy.
That's mean. Because I hate it when people do spoilers on Twitter quite often, and it's very annoying. Because when the word was null a few days ago, and everyone was going, well, anyone who knows anything about JFK will get today's Wordle. And I went on there, I was like, null, obviously. And so I got it in 1. So now it's like, remember that time when you got the word in 1? And it's like, well, I didn't really, I cheated. It's hollow. I don't like it.
I am with you on that. I don't like winning at a game where you cheat.
Oh,
And the other day, the word was shard. And the fucking urge to say to Adam, like, oh, have you done the Wordle? And I didn't. I didn't do it. I held back.
I think I'm gonna have to throw it. I can't do it.
What are you throwing? Are you throwing Wordle or Loodle?
How many letters have you got? Oh no.
Have you just realised which one? Which one are you upset at,
no.
Steph? Is it Wordle?
The actual Wordle.
Yeah.
Like, of course it's that, but I couldn't. Oh my.
It's when there's a double letter is when I get like really confused with it.
To be honest,
Stupid word.
I genuinely couldn't give a shit.
Yes, Mikey.
Just a nice 5 minutes of your day.
That's where.
Yes.
And also, apparently, I've heard that Wordle, the yellow squares, are a nightmare for screen readers.
Oh, I
So-
always screenshot it rather than sharing the actual squares. Yeah.
So, in protest for equality, I refuse to join such ridiculous trends.
Solidarity, Southern.
That's what they call me.
nice little.
I got Loodle
project.
in 5.
Yeah, nice.
What
I
was
haven't
it?
done
What was the
Loodle.
Loodle?
I'm not telling you. Because other people might be doing it.
I'm
Okay.
gonna have a go while we talk.
Could we not play fucking games when we're supposed to be doing the stream?
Why?
Okay,
This is
okay.
content.
I'll just do the Harry Potter one, and then I'll be with you.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Oh, I've got 3 letters straight off the thing. Okay.
Is it Harry?
No.
Swear
this
word.
this is like the time.
I don't think it's actually a
When-
swear word.
When I
but
did
like,
this
I'll
is
go
like
with
the
it.
time when during the 2006 World Cup I did an Amdram showcase. All the dads refused to sit down because the match was on at the back of the hall, so they had to start the show later after the penalty shootout against Portugal because no one refused to sit down.
I remember that penalty shootout against
Yeah.
Portugal. I was
Right,
watching
it
watching
was-
that at Willing Alltown Football Club.
Yeah,
Oh God.
It was the infamous Ronaldo wink after he got Rooney sent off.
Yes. Yes.
oh,
Was it Rooney or
Arsehole.
Beckham?
No, it was
No,
Rooney.
wasn't it? Yeah, because there was the whole like Man United thing. Yeah.
Anyway, shall we start, or are we still doing
Shall we?
Wordles and Loodles?
No, I decided that I couldn't concentrate on it.
Can I kick off?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that
go,
okay?
go, Mike, go.
So, a thing I found this week, particularly in the last couple of hours, is that a large part of my life now is just. Yes, we are live.
A large part of your life is controlling the stage hands.
Yeah, well, do you want to come in for a wheeze? That's what's going on. Yes, we are live. The internet.
Hold on,
No,
hold on.
you don't-
Coming in for a wee. We can't have that on Twitch.
I mean, it's a bodily function. I assume you can.
No, you can't. If you can't show a nipple,
no,
you can't
no,
micturate
she-
at the back of the screen.
She can come in for a wee. We're fine. It's all good. So I'm finding a large part of my life now is just essentially being anxious about what to put in emails.
I hear you.
It's sort
I
of
hear you.
like it's that kind of thing of I know what's already been said, but I'm not sure if the other person understands it. But no, I don't want to. Oh God! Basically, I'm just.
I
I
find
just don't
emails
want-
quite stressful. Like to
Yeah.
people that I don't know. Like I'll sit there for ages being like, oh, I'll take out this comma and
Yeah.
I'll put the next bit in, and then I read it out loud to myself. Like, do I sound like a mentalist? And it's like, of course I don't. I'm just literally saying one thing. I'm like, what if I sound like I'm insane?
Okay, Mike, give us an example.
Well, particularly also, there's like when there's a deadline, it's like oh, like if I don't do it now, but then equally there are also people that know more about this than I do, who I also work with. So could I just forward it to them? But then if I forward it to them, does that then make me look bad? And look, if there's a deadline, and oh my God, like. Just...
I absolutely love forwarding emails to other people. and absolving myself of any responsibility.
I've
you
recently
need-
had I've recently
Go on,
had to do
Hannah.
the thing where you forward the email that you'd already sent and they'd not replied to again to be like, please see below. Could you, the invoice is attached again just in case it didn't work last time.
Well, I thought the thing was solved, but apparently it wasn't, because they're still emailing me. So what I've
All
done
you need,
is,
Mike, all you need is just a buttering up line as you delegate jobs. Well, that's all you
Yeah.
need.
like,
And my favourite one is, can I leave this in your very capable hands?
Oh,
do you know?
That's
do you know
a
what
smasher.
Do you know what the worst thing is? This time tomorrow, it'll be absolutely fine. But what that negates is the time in between now and tomorrow, where I basically have to go to bed, sort of lying in the fetal
Thinking about
position.
it.
Just, yeah. And the thing is, if you don't have anxiety, which I'm assuming we all do,
of course we do. That's why we're doing a show on the internet, Mike.
people
That's what I mean.
don't understand what that is like.
Mm,
Do they? Like,
no.
like imagine not worrying.
I can't.
But
You
also,
know, I worry if I haven't been worrying for a while.
Yeah.
oh my life, yes.
There's
But
got,
also,
there's got
like,
to
I'm
be
fully
something
aware-
to worry about.
Yeah.
I'm fully aware that there's also that thing of like, hello, we're in a global pandemic. Like he could, like these people could think like you've not replied because maybe you're ill, and that's like a fair thing to think. Like during a like, so just chill, but I can't chill because I'm an inherently people pleaser. I just want to make people happy.
Google
Right.
Mail as well does this thing where it gives you these nudges. So if like
Oh,
if
no.
you've sent an email to someone and they haven't responded, like 5 days later it'll come up again at the top of your inbox
Yeah.
with nudge next to it
Or
saying
not-
Oh, wait, don't like that. You're not the fucking boss of me. Get out of here. I purposefully aren't. I'm not sending that email now. Fuck you, Google.
I was trying to explain this to somebody last night about my insatiable need to just panic over something. Otherwise, I feel like I'm not doing enough.
Because that's your
And I-
comfort zone. You're comfortable in the
Yeah, my
discomfort.
comfort zone is panic.
Mm.
Like sheer fear for anything
Everything.
I can possibly grasp hold of. But I was trying to explain this to someone, and if I was like, if my panic was a person, it would be the gif of Kim Kardashian just peering from behind the thing. And I actually found it, and it's that one, and it's just the, hey, you panicking yet? Do you think that you haven't panicked about something today? Like, hey, have you panicked? I'm just checking if you're
Hey,
panicking.
are you scared?
Like, yeah,
Oh, God.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and also, if it's not emails, it's fucking Russia wanting to invade Ukraine. What the fuck is all that about?
Yeah.
that's
Sort of
just a
trying not
lot
to think
of
about
men in positions of power measuring their own dicks
Oh, yeah, there's the
Um,
ball wang contest. Yeah,
because they haven't got
And
enough
have
money.
found themselves wanting.
Yeah,
Mm.
because
That's all
they
it is.
and they
They
haven't.
measured their dick this morning. It hasn't grown. That stuff they ordered off the internet hasn't worked. And then they're going to invade a country and take it out on everybody else. That's all it is.
And they haven't got enough money to go and purchase themselves a phallic divorce rocket to send themselves into space.
So what I haven't done is watch the news for about a fortnight, which means that I'm just a lot of my days spent between going between the kitchen and my bedroom. So
Oh.
somebody
It's the dream.
I was going to say, we're all quite jealous.
Yeah.
I
there's-
think Mike just really needs a hug this week. If we could just send one to
Please,
our computer
if you could
screens, please.
you could arrange that. That'd be really nice.
Russia are not going to. Like, there's been talk that they're going to attack the UK. Russia are not going to drop bombs on the UK because they own the most of it.
Yeah.
Like,
You
they're
don't
not
drop
going
bombs on
to...
your own
They
property,
literally
do you?
own the vast majority of London. They're not going to drop bombs on it. And why
They
would you...
wouldn't
Hello,
anyway,
Internet.
It's stupid. It's all just people. It's just like a bunch of fucking idiots squaring up to each other like idiots outside a pub when they've had 6
Yeah.
pints.
It is the dogs behind a fence.
Yeah.
They go, "Bah, bah, 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 bah," and then you remove the fence and they go, oh,
They're like, cool.
oh shit.
What I said.
No.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. It's exactly that.
Sergei Lavrov is holding him back, going, "Leave it, Vlad. Leave it, Vlad. It's not worth it."
It's like, have you seen
Yeah.
some of that footage that Putin released years ago of him doing judo and stuff?
Oh yeah, and riding a horse through a
Yeah,
river. And
topless.
Yeah, topless. Yeah.
But what I really liked about the judo stuff, it was like, yeah, of course, Vladimir, anyone you're fighting in judo isn't going to let you win, are they? I mean, they're not just gonna. They're not gonna go, you know what? I'll take a fall here. Otherwise, tomorrow night, the KGB are coming
Throw
through
on
my
my head.
door, and they're gonna
family
cut
are
off
gonna-
my legs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think it was the KGB who used to do a thing where they would like go into people's houses when they were out and just move shit around. So you knew that they'd been there. They didn't break anything. They just moved things. So they were like you know that they know where you live and like they're watching you and anytime they can come into your house. It's really scary.
I will say
See,
though,
if I worked for the KGB and that was my job, I would mess with people.
So bad, yeah.
Like,
I will
I'd be
say,
changing
though,
the salt.
that-
Like, I would just go in and then I'd put the salt in the pepper jar and the pepper in the salt
Yeah.
jar
Shit like
and
that.
leave.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
Or
like
just
still
do
washing
one
the
less
machine on a
shoe.
slightly different because everyone uses the
just
same
one.
cycle every time on the washing machine, but yeah, I just put it on a slightly different one.
Put the
I put it on, like,
dishwasher on a high
eco.
wash rather than an eco-friendly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Be like,
I'd ruin your
good
life.
luck using all of that dishwasher salt, motherfucker.
I would ruin your life.
Mm.
I will say though,
Inconsequential
but,
ways.
it sort of takes the edge off the KGB if you imagine the K stands for Karen.
They could go in and rearrange just 3 DVDs at the start, which are just films that start with the letters KGB.
Oh yeah.
Or
So,
go in and just swap all the CDs out of all of the DVDs.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Disney's Moana is in the Die Hard case.
The next time I realise that that's happened, I'm gonna think that it might have been the KGB rather than just me being forgetful.
It's one of two people. It's the KGB or it was me.
When
And I don't know which of those is more likely.
Yeah.
the reason I got the best job I ever had, which was working in a video shop, was because of that very thing. The person who had the job before me was number dyslexic. So obviously there was numbers on the tapes
Calcula.
linking to the cases at the back. So someone would come up with 383 and she'd give them 838. And it was causing all sorts of problems, and they had to say, no, you know, someone was literally expecting Wraith starring Charlie Sheen, and instead got like some wife swapping video.
Oh my
And
god.
the fact that like they might have gone for a dirty movie and they come out with Sleeping Beauty going, oh no, Disney film.
They're like, oh no.
We
Big.
I found out many moons after it was the only video shop in the area which didn't do hardcore pornography, which at the time was illegal.
Like out the back.
Yeah,
Through a curtain.
but there was
Them were the
softcore.
days, weren't they?
There was softcore pornography, and what we had
Which
was
was illegal.
softcore was legal, hardcore
I
wasn't.
wonder what. Let's not talk about it because it's terms of service. But I wonder what the cut-off point is between hard and soft. Like, what's the definition? Let's not, because
I'm
the
not
terms of
Googling, I'm
service.
not Googling.
We shouldn't. But I just wonder that. I'm going to put that into the ether.
Probably something like a 30-degree angle. I can imagine people at the BBFC pausing porn films and putting protractors up.
Yeah, like if there's a well-placed pot plant in the
Against
way,
what?
that's soft. Against what? It's probably not a good conversation topic.
anyone ever read The Censor by Anthony Neeson?
No.
Yes,
It's-
I've seen it.
It's a play about like censorship, and I've got nothing to add other than it's really weird.
He's a really, really weird guy.
Censors
I
are
did
just,
my dissertation on him.
censors are weird people anyway. When you think about what their job is,
Yeah.
I watch this and judge whether you can watch it.
Yeah.
And that's okay if you're sort of like going, I'm watching this as an adult and I think this is probably not suitable for kids. That's fine. But I can watch this as an adult, but you can't watch this as an adult.
But your eyes are too delicate
Yeah.
for this. Yeah. It's weird, isn't it?
What's going on
Like,
there?
oh, hang on. I think there's been at least 30 millilitres of fake blood there. So that's too much for other people's eyes.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird, isn't it?
And you know, as much pornography as I've watched in the years, I've never held up a protractor to the screen.
No.
So
not
if
having this
anything,
conversation,
they're the
please.
weird ones.
It's making me feel a bit icky.
You're making
like,
Mike uncomfortable.
like any time Dave mentions the word pornography, I feel like something dies. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, like,
Thanks, Mike.
Like in the same way, like a fairy loses its wings.
You like
Mike just sort of shrivels a little bit when it...
Mike is the perfect anti-masturbation message, isn't he? every time you think about pornography, something dies.
Saying that though, I'm buying you a protractor for your birthday.
What makes you think I haven't got my own protractor?
Well, you haven't been holding it up to the screen, so you're clearly lacking. In protractors. Sorry. Can we change the subject?
So, how's your week been? Have you been up to much?
Hold on. Where is Adam?
Oh.
And are we ready to do the harvest?
The harvest is not ready to reap, as it were. It's a bit early.
In the words of that popular song, when will there be a harvest?
When?
For Stories from the Throat Room?
Yeah. Definitely at least one more week of ritual sacrifice before
And,
we
Sang that song.
And you know, you sacrificed him to the gods. Do you think that now this is a little bit much, considering the harvest was just a pot of cress on your windowsill?
Now, if
Yeah,
you've
but
ever
cress is
eaten
well nice.
an egg and cress sandwich, you would understand that it is worth it.
Yeah.
And I think Adam would understand that too.
The death of one of our number.
Yeah. I think they would be like really
little bit of cress.
pleased. Yeah.
Also this week, Hannah Wolfsbane Platts Torrens.
That's my name now, thanks.
Weighted blanket.
I'm under it as we speak.
Look at her little face. Look at her little face.
It honestly, it's
Yeah, you
so
brothers.
soft. Look how soft it is on the other side.
That's
Oh.
who sang When the Harvest for the World. Just said on Google.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Anytime.
Mike's like the little Richard Osman getting the facts. in the corner.
Except my device is turned on.
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah.
As we know, that laptop's not even switched on.
How are you finding the weighted blanket? Has anyone else got a weighted blanket?
I really like it. There's one downfall, which is that it's boiling hot. I'm quite
Yeah, I
a warm
don't think I
sleeper
cope.
anyway. And so every night this week when I've been under this blanket, when I'm really hot, I have these incredibly involved, vivid dreams. So I've been having these like insanely long... No, don't rub your hands together because I can't remember a lot of it. But it definitely involves people I know. There was some kind of like palace involved. It's like, it's really involved. And they go on for like hours. And I wake up and I'm really tired because I've just been through a whole film in my mind because I was too warm. That's the only downfall. So I've got a little thing now where I'm like, I just have it over half, and I have like one foot sticking out to regulate the hot cold.
The old foot
What-
out.
Get the old foot out. Yeah. But it is really good. It's really cozy. It's like it's got these little pockets of beads in to weigh you down. It's about 9 kilograms, which I think is like a big dog. Is how I think of it.
Is that what it said on the packaging? It's 9
Yeah, I was like,
kilograms.
well, that's
or
what I
one
was
big
like.
dog.
Well, I know that Tormund, my cat, weighs 5 kilograms. So it's basically like 2 Tormans spread over you.
Are we talking?
So that's quite.
Are we talking Clifford or Spot?
Probably more on the Spot side. I think Clifford probably weighs more than that.
I like
Yeah,
the fact.
I feel like if Clifford sits on your lap, it'll be the last lap sit you ever have.
Yeah, I think Clifford is quite intimidating.
Yeah, he a chunky boy.
He's a chonker and we love him.
I like the fact that you've got it down as 2 Tormans.
Yeah, it's 2 Tormans heavy. Yeah.
Now, what I'm wondering is, I wonder if Tom Waits had a weighted blanket, and therefore
Tom
it's
Waits
called
weighted blanket.
Tom Waits. A Tom weighted blanket.
and it when you get under it, it like just growls at you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
That would
I
be good.
tried a weighted blanket. Because do you put it on top of the quilt, or do you put
I've got it on the
underneath?
top. Yeah.
Do you
but-
find this is what annoyed me? It moves the quilt inside the quilt cover.
It does get a bit rooked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah.
set the bed on fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I couldn't get
But
on
it
with
is.
it in the end,
I found it's nicer when I'm just sitting around like this. It's really cozy, and like at night, and I've got my little blanket and my little Nintendo Switch. I'm like, For sleeping, it's good at first, but then I have to push it off because it's like I'm too hot. Yeah.
You know, in Morecambe and Wise when they used to sit in bed together.
Yeah, they're in the little bed. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
That's me, and but just like by myself. There's no Wise, only Morecambe.
But you've got a very, very angry cat by the side of you. That's
who occasionally pops
yeah.
in. Yeah.
Pops in, scratches
Pops in.
your eyes out.
Yeah, and then it's like, why haven't you fed me, you arsehole? And then disappears again for a bit.
Anyway, what's everyone been doing this week?
I've just been gigging a lot, too many times.
I went to the Wolves match.
Oh well.
Did you win?
Hour and a half,
No.
you'll never get back.
Oh no!
You know what? Right.
Was it awful?
Wolves didn't play their best, but if a team is playing for extra time and penalties from 11 minutes in,
Right.
I ain't got time for it. Norwich were awful, and the ref lost control of the game, and it really, really annoyed me.
That foul on Fabs, or like that one that you're supposed to have committed for the goal, was never a foul.
It was a dive.
Yeah.
He went in for the tackle, and then he dived. Like, it was so blatant, it was embarrassing, and like, I can live with that. I can't live with a ref not going, I am the referee, pack it in. Like, from 11 minutes in, the goalkeeper was time wasting, the defenders were time wasting, and all it needed was the ref to get a card out once. And it would have settled the game down. But it didn't. And then 15 minutes from the end, he suddenly started booking people, and I was like, what's the point now?
Yeah, you need someone like the best rugby ref ever, Nigel Owens. He
Whee.
used to pull people up and be like, "No, this isn't soccer. We'll have none of
I
that."
saw a
thank you."
TikTok
Yeah.
of him doing that the other day. This is
He's
soccer.
the best.
Come on.
He's retired from doing
The internet-
internationals now, and he just has some like nice cows.
The internet can see you now, Mo. You might as well have fully committed.
Molly, Molly.
I like the fact that she was basically walking past like this because it hid her entire body.
She's got stuff she needs to get out the car. Does the internet mind if she comes back again?
No.
We prefer it.
There's
If
no,
anything.
there's no one watching, to be fair,
Yeah.
so it's fine.
Apparently, there's no one watching. So
We're watching.
Yeah. What about us?
What's she got?
I had a look at the metrics the once, and more
Yeah.
people seem to watch our show when it's not on.
Yeah.
Cool.
I know a couple of people who like
Well-
listen to it like on the way to work and stuff.
I
People that I know.
suppose with that, you like there's a guaranteed end point, which
Yeah.
Whereas
with this,
we're
when
sitting
you go
here-
on for
Yeah.
fucking ever.
yeah,
we're sitting here not knowing what's going to happen.
yeah. Whereas when it's live, it's just like a constant Eurovision. It's like you
Never
enjoy
ended.
watching it, but you never quite know whether it's fully reached the end or not. Whereas, like when you watch it back, you just be like, "Yeah, I can wait another hour and 40."
I love Eurovision.
I reckon.
Eurovision's a class night. I love Eurovision.
Oh, I love it. Do you know, Eurovision is exactly what Twitter was made for.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the best night on Twitter. Everyone going,
Yeah.
yes, Malta, yes. No,
Yeah,
Croatia, no.
Like Eurovision is like the Twitter World Championship.
Yeah. Who's going to make the
like-
best joke?
Yeah. Oh.
Knowing lots of theatre types and homosexuals, and them being in my Twitter feed, Eurovision is a very strange thing because I don't watch it, I don't understand it, I don't get it.
It's great. It's just like...
But
That's why it's so good.
Everyone I know is losing their minds over it.
I
Because
don't think
you're
you need to
watching
get
for...
to Eurovision, Dave. Like,
It's
there's
just some
nothing
weird
to
song.
get.
You're just like, it's the anticipation of like, how weird is this song going to be? Oh, it's really weird, amazing.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, let me pyrotechnics. Yeah.
You know we've talked in the past about a Loftus-Spree.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to do a Eurovision stream.
Oh yeah, imagine that.
I'll be well up for that.
Yeah.
Get really
I'd be
drunk.
completely. I wouldn't know what was going on at all.
David would just be sat there like,
Neither do the people at Eurovision. That's why it's beautiful.
yeah,
Okay.
no one knows what's going on.
We're gonna do a Eurovision stream. Okay.
Where is it this time? It's
Or
like
we'll all
Italy,
just
isn't it?
meet up and
Yes, it is in Italy because.
Yeah. Oh, it was that
people-
band, wasn't it? Yeah.
Who like supposedly, allegedly, snorted a line.
Did a line of coke in there.
He did a line of coke live on television, didn't he?
Yeah, and then he was like, "No, I've never even seen a drug. What are you talking about?" And everyone was like, "Okay."
What is a drug?
I mean, fortunately, it's not like our world leaders are using cocaine at all.
No, it's not like that's definitely a thing, etc.
So Hannah Wolfsbane Platts Torrance.
Yes,
You've been doing your gigs this week.
I've had a busy old week on the gigs front.
Was it your first lot of gigs for like 2 years?
I've like did a few I did a couple in November and then had like 2 months off and then came in strong with 4 in across 3 days.
We did the Slam last week, which I think I talked about on the stream. But we did the Fringe Room this week. So we curate a Fringe Room for Wolverhampton Literature Festival.
Nice.
And friend of the show, Rob Kemp turned up
Rob Kemp
to do the show and was very, very good. It's a very, very good little
Is
show.
that the one with Alex? Yeah.
Yes, Palimpsest, I believe it's called.
Yes,
it's on at Leicester Comedy Festival next week.
It is. It's on this Friday, and I'm going to try and go if I'm not poorly still.
But then I saw Rob Kemp on Saturday, but you saw him on Sunday, didn't you, Hannah?
I did. Did you see how I caught that?
That was impressive,
That is-
and that's a good business.
Was that captured on
Wonderful.
stream?
Yeah.
It was.
I did. I saw him yesterday at his show in the Leicester Comedy Festival. Adam and I went. It was really, really good. I laughed a lot.
I've
And then I
read.
felt emotions. I literally nearly cried at one point, and then I laughed again.
He has performed the show to me.
What, just in your front room?
Over his kitchen table.
That's amazing.
A very early draft, and I was incredibly impressed.
It's so good.
But I haven't
It's got a
seen it
real,
in
like-
the flesh.
Yeah, it's got like a real sort of journey to it. It's really well like put together. It's really good.
He's a talented bloke.
Yay
It's-
for narrative.
Yay! It's all about like what the fuck gender is, basically, and like why it doesn't really matter, and just wear some clothes that you like. He looked incredible. I'm gonna say he had this sequined,
Again,
beautiful
mentally,
dress on.
mentally, I'm standing.
Yeah, no, please. You would have been because he
I mean,
just
I hate-
looked incredible. I told him
I hate to go for
afterwards.
the cheap laugh, but sometimes you've got to. As Dave
Yeah.
Pitt will know.
All about the cheap laughs, Mike. All about the cheap laughs. So yeah, he's very, very attractive when he dresses up.
Beautiful, like so
he scrubs
beautiful.
up well, that lad.
Yeah, had these like glittery tights on. Oh my god, it was so good. I told him so afterwards. I also met Alex's dog, Boo, who is like like this tiny little like fluffy, and it's got one of those tails that looks like a fountain. You know, the ones that kind of fold over on each other. You know, it looks like little fluffy. I don't know what kind of dog it is, but I love him, and he sat on my foot, and I was like, you're amazing. So that was the best part of the whole night, really. I mean, Rob was good, but the dog sat on my foot.
Of all the feet it could have sat on, chose yours.
Chose mine. So, and there were a lot of feet in that room, so just saying.
Yeah.
When I saw Rob on Saturday, he was sporting pretty much a full beard.
Yeah, no, he'd shaved it off. Yeah.
He'd shaved. Right, because there was a discussion. Are you going to shave it off? And he's like, yeah, but I don't need to, do I? And then there was discussions about whether he got enough time to get ready because he was doing another show. And then it was like, well, can't you just wear your makeup at the other show? And he's like, I was thinking that. And so I don't know whether he did or not.
Rob, two-show Rob.
He did it. He'd done a good job with his foundation and everything. Yeah. We had I gave him a small masterclass afterwards on how to do wing eyeliner. Because that's like the only thing that I'm good at. Like out of all like things
That's
to do with
a lie.
like,
You're really good at this podcast.
Hey!
I mean, out of like, you know, things that are supposed to be a thing you can do, like hair and makeup and stuff, I can't do any of it except wing eyeliner is for some reason my superpower. I'm not to have wearing it.
You know how to film a good walk.
Thanks. Yeah, that as well.
It's all right.
Yes, your walks on TikTok. It's the hello,
Thanks.
pals.
Hi.
It's like so soothing. If ASMR was a person, it'd be you.
Oh, that's so nice. I feel quite like that with my voice like this. I feel like The Time sponsored by Accurist. Yeah. So I gave him a small informative lecture on how I do wing eyeliner. So
Sorry, can I just say, you know the world is fucked up when the Time has a sponsor. What the like
that's what it says on the speaking clock.
That's what it says on the speaking clock. Yeah.
Who needs a sponsor, Time?
Imagine coming up with that idea, like, hey guys, I've got this great idea. We'll find a sponsor
for the time. That'll do it. Before the show, Steph and Mikey, you were talking about what you've been watching, which was that, what's it called, Tinder Swindler?
Well,
every time you say it, I think you're going to say Tilda Swinton, and then I get.
Every time I read it, I see Tilda Swinton.
Yeah, same.
And have to go. Weird, isn't it? Oh, it's not Tilda Swinton.
Well, I have to say, you've built me part here slightly, Dave, because I watched 40 minutes of it and then had a panic attack. So, what I'll do is I'll bow to Steph's better judgment and sort of let her take the sort of meal of this discussion. And I'll chime in as and when I can.
No, I binged the whole of it this evening. I said I've binged it. It's like an hour and 50 minutes.
Oh, it's not that long then. I thought it was.
It's not that long. Yeah. But like, I've never been so mad at the ending to something as I have been.
Are we allowed to talk about the end? Because I want to know what happens. Does he get?
Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert! If you don't want spoilers for the Tinder Swindler, just turn off for 2 seconds.
A bit longer than that, because
Tilda Swinton.
I'm probably going to rant.
Go on. Did you get away with it? Is what I want to know.
So, like, it's about this guy who a series of women match with on Tinder, and he it's so calculated. Like I was saying earlier, that like a couple of people who have watched it before me have very much gone down the line of how can these women be so stupid, and until watching it, I was a bit like, yeah, I don't understand why people would fall for this. But like now, having watched it, it's victim blaming, and actually this guy was incredibly calculated, and I don't understand why he's not in prison. Like, so he created this profile on Tinder, and women matched with him, and then he presented them with this lifestyle of, I am a billionaire, I have private jets, I fly all over the world, I'm in the diamond industry. And not only did he just present them with it, he kind of proved it. So like these women were taken on private jets, they were taken to like the billionaires club in like Barcelona, I think it is.
But how did he do that?
Because what he was doing was, while he was lavishing one woman, he was telling another that his enemies within the diamond industry were out to get him. He had to go into hiding. He'd had to destroy his credit card. Could they take a credit card out for him so he could stay in a hotel somewhere and be untraceable? So there was like, and this was like after like a couple of months of dating them, where he'd like introduced them to this lifestyle. He'd taken them into this world of like expensive travel. Like he was sending them lavish gifts. He got one woman to go like house hunting for him, and he was like, the budget is £15,000 a month. So she'd found this beautiful apartment in Covent Garden, like that they were going to live together in, and it like.
So he was basically stealing off one person.
Yeah, to pay for his next scam.
So it's like a Ponzi scheme, and wow.
Yeah,
like his own like
he's
multi-level.
So calculated, and like they estimate that like he's stolen like $10 million dollars collectively off these women over the years, and he served 5 months in prison for fraud of a passport.
That's so bad.
He's not actually been done for fraud. So there are these women who now collectively are paying back millions of pounds that they have borrowed to help him, because they genuinely believed he was in danger, because he was sending them videos of like his business associates and his bodyguards that had been attacked and were in the backs of ambulances and were in hospital.
Oh my god!
And then when they started
to go, calculated though. It's
so calculated.
That's like crazy.
But this guy now is living in Israel, and he's on Instagram, and he has like supercars and expensive jewelry and expensive watches and expensive clothes. He's dating an Israeli model. And
has she not got Netflix? I don't
hold on, is she paying for all the supercars and the...
Who knows? Well, no, because there's an Instagram video of him buying her a car for her birthday.
I mean, because
where's his money come from?
Yeah, but there's been some scams, hasn't there, of people who have put this life on Instagram, but they've just like, you can actually rent a private jet for Instagram selfies.
Yeah.
So it's only like it's only like a couple of £100 an hour or something, but it doesn't go anywhere. But you can go on to a private jet. There was a girl that got
caught, wasn't there, on Instagram, who'd managed to talk her way into first class for some photos, and then was posting them on her Instagram going, flying first class, and somebody who was sat with her in business class outed her. Like, it wasn't one of her friends, God. It was just someone who sort of spotted her, and then was like, obviously must have recognised them or knew of them, so got onto their Instagram and then tagged them in photos of business class going, you're a liar and you're like fooling people into believing you have this life that you don't have. But yeah, like, honestly, like, I mean, there's 3 women that they concentrate on. He has done it to multiple women over decades, but the 3rd woman, I want to be her best friend, because she is the embodiment of remove your emotions from the situation, because you can really fuck shit up for someone when you decide to take calculated revenge, and it was beautiful how she did it. Like, tip of the hat to her, because these women were in love with him because they genuinely believed that he was in love with them, and he genuinely believed that he was in danger, and like, you know, you do things to the person that you love. Yeah, it is like, it's horrible. Like, but yeah, this one girl thought that like he was on the run because he was going to get murdered, and so was sending him all this money and taking out credit cards in her name for him to use. And actually, he was partying in Barcelona and Paris and Amsterdam with a load of mates on her money. Yeah.
You've got to be like, I don't know, some kind of narcissistic, like, sociopath or something to do that to people. And like, with like no remorse. Obviously, he clearly doesn't have any remorse, because like
he's gone back to doing exactly the same thing.
Doing it. Yeah.
Just don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
Also, I would like to add, why bother with private jets when you've got a wheelchair? I mean, it's more or less the same.
Yeah, you got your own private seat.
It's more or less the same.
Yeah.
I mean,
I want that to be your Tinder bio, Mike.
Smooth.
I've got my own.
More or less.
I've got my own private jet. It's small.
Brackets, more or less.
But okay, talking of scams, Mike, you said something in our group chat as well, which was you've Googled NFTs for the first time.
So what? Like, basically,
Because I bet you this Tinder guy, I bet you he's in the crypto space.
Oh
thing
yeah,
is,
fucking
he's like,
arsehole.
yeah,
have you ever been annoyed at an acronym?
yeah.
Because I was, and the reason why I was annoyed at it was because I've seen it around in the sort of multiverse for so long, and I still don't know what the fuck it is. So I thought, you know what? I don't have to live like this anymore. Like, I'm in control of my own shit. So what I did was I googled NFT, and I just like, who decided that the word fungible wasn't ridiculous? Like, ever since I couldn't stop thinking about dairy leaf fungibles or Haribo fungibles or Baby Bell fungibles.
Every time I come across one of those crypto arseholes now, I'm going to call them a dairy leaf fungible.
It's just not a very serious word. For what is in many cases a very serious industry with very serious consequences for a lot of people. Basically, just don't use the word fungible.
And don't buy NFTs because they're a whole heap of bullshit.
I still, in essence, don't really know what they are.
Because basically, do you remember when everyone bought Beanie Babies, right? And they were like, these are going to be worth a load of money one day. And they never, ever were. Because the whole point of it was like just to get people to buy them. And like, and that would increase the kind of like fever over them. It's basically that. It's like...
Without the Beanie Baby.
With no physical... You get the receipt for the Beanie Baby. So that you can't even put it on the wall and be like, look at my collection of beats, because you don't own it. You own the fact that you own it.
Is it like... So it's like a 90s Build-A-Bear.
No, because with 90s Build-A-Bear, you got the fucking bear.
Yeah. It's basically, it is a multi-level marketing scheme. Like, it's a pyramid scheme, because the only way for you to make any money from it is for you to get more people to also like join in. So like that's why all these celebrities are now pushing it, because they're the ones at the top of the pyramid because they've got a fuck ton of money. So if they can convince a lot of like shit munchers to like buy into it, that's what feeds the price of their...
Well, is that not how the US stock market collapsed?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
With all the what?
Empty.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
and
it's bullshit. Yeah.
okay, there's a YouTube channel called Folding Ideas. It's a guy called Dan Olson, and he does brilliant videos. But he's just done one on crypto and NFTs called "The Line Goes Up," and it's one of the best videos you will ever see. I'm sure it's about 2 hours long, but it's just about how the whole scam is. And he's highlighted something which was the first time I'd heard it, which was NFTs are the solution to a problem. Because what it was, you know, all these people went and got cryptocurrency, right? Well, you can't actually buy anything with cryptocurrency. You go back 5 years, you could go and get some drugs off the dark web. But you can't do that now.
No
because,
one's using it, Bitcoin and all of that.
And even if you find a marketplace, chances are you'll buy something and they'll just all run off with the money anyway.
Yeah, because the whole point of it being anonymous, like works on both sides of the transaction.
So you've got all these people going, I'm a multimillionaire with Bitcoin, but they can't spend it. All they can do is cash it out. And that's not going to work, because if they all cash it out, it'll plummet. So
because it doesn't literally exist.
Yeah.
Like,
so now
the whole thing.
They've come along with NFTs and gone, here's something you can buy with your cryptocurrency. And all these people are going, these are going to be worth stuff. And they're saying that because they've just spent money, their cryptocurrency on it.
Yeah,
and
they've spent $1 million of like.
I really need you to buy this off me, so I can make even more.
Yeah,
It's
So you have to keep
mad.
recruiting more and more people to it. So it's a really stupid, and also obviously there's like the environmental impact of it, because all of these stupid fucking things are like saved on those massive servers like blockchains or whatever, they're churning out electricity over and over again all day. So they're actually like chucking a load of carbon into the atmosphere to fuck it up for all of us who can't afford to buy cryptocurrency or don't want to. We'll just have to breathe in the bad air that you've created with all
I know, Mike, all I know is I have to do safety training, right? I have to teach people how to be safe online, and I've had to update my PowerPoint presentation to include crypto.
No. Boo.
Boo.
And again, I add all this over the word fungible.
It just makes me think of mushrooms. Like every time anyone says fungible, I think of like a cartoon toadstool in my head, like a red with white spots. And it's like fungible is a mushroom word.
Yeah.
So you could make an NFT of your fungible
Of
mushroom.
a shit drawing
that
I do on MS Paint
of
a toadstool, and be like, look, this is a non-fungible token. What I don't get about it as well is that why have they all got to be so shit? All the drawings for the NFTs, I mean. It's like those shit, like chimps. Like,
shit chimps.
if you're going to buy a fake drawing of like a fake thing, at least a bit something good. I don't get
I can't believe I'm part of a thing that involves someone going, shit chimp.
Shit chimps. Have you seen them? And then fucking Gwyneth Paltrow's on there like, look at my shit chimp I bought. It looks just like me. No, it doesn't, Gwyneth. It's the same like face of the same one chimp that some guy drew on fucking MS Paint, and he's put a fringe on it. It doesn't look like you, Gwyneth. It's nothing to do with you. It's a scam. You're a scammer.
That chimp isn't exploiting middle-aged women.
Yeah. Were you going to shove
Or
it up
selling
yourself,
candles
Gwyneth?
that smell like a fanny.
Yeah.
Does it smell like a vagina, though?
I haven't got a clue. I've never smelt a vagina, Dave. But like,
a lot of the stuff she says is actually dangerous. Like that thing where she's like, chuck a jade egg up there. That's actually dangerous. Don't do that. Anyone watching?
It was that one.
Shove an egg up yourself.
Like, have you seen the Netflix program that is basically
the goop thing?
Yeah, people like go to well-being retreats and sort of.
Oh, it's so bad. Like I follow Jen on Twitter, and she's a doctor.
Supposedly reach orgasm by being one with like themselves and.
Okay,
it's just like.
Well, it's because if they watch any pornography, Mike, someone dies. That's why. What was that when she was steam cleaning her vagina?
Yeah, and it's really bad for it because it ruins
Of
your
course
pH
it is.
levels.
Of course
Because,
it is.
honestly, a woman's vagina. I mean, I don't. This is probably gonna.
You know.
Because you're not allowed to talk about a woman's body part.
You know the next sentence is going to be amazing when it starts. A woman's vagina.
Right. A woman's vagina cleans itself.
Any gender's vagina cleans itself. Any vagina.
Yes.
Yeah.
Any vagina is a self-cleaning vagina.
Yeah. The pH, it looks after itself. You do not need to interfere with that bullshit.
No.
All
It's
of
like
this,
all
like,
these femme fresh products.
yeah, and they
just
market them
there
to like
to
teenagers and
fuck
stuff.
with
Like,
you.
gotta use this flowery fucking stuff on, or you'll, stink.
On your
and it's
bits
like,
and
no,
bobs.
no,
Stick this up your clacker.
yeah, chuck this up there. Chuck a jade egg up there. No,
that is the tagline for
Stick
femme
this up your
fresh.
clacker is what it's called,
Stick
yeah.
this up your clacker.
Stick this up your clacker.
Like, you don't have a product for like
Balls.
say male. Like you don't have like ball deodorant or you don't.
No, they've
have,
started with all that now. They've started with all that now.
it's all
have
bullshit.
they? Like, but like you don't really get it as marketed as you do products
absolutely.
for the not male.
Well, many years ago, I saw this interview with this woman who had said, got a theory, and went, I'm going to try it. And she stopped washing her hair. Right?
Oh, and
your hair will
eventually
naturally
it-
clean itself.
Yeah,
eventually.
and she said it got really bad to the point where, like, her friends were going, right, you really need to wash your hair. And says, and then it hits a point where it just goes, and it's
It's something to do
perfect.
with the oils and stuff,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
what
it's
what
why-
happens? You're born, and the first thing we do is wash all the oils off, and then you spend the rest of your life washing all the natural oils off your body, which are there to keep. Because we've been fucking evolving for 10 million years.
Why else would you make those oils?
Exactly.
Yeah. And the more you wash, the more oil you produce, which is why people will tell, like, and especially people with long hair will talk about how they're having to train their hair. Like,
Training.
and you sit there and listen to people talking about how they train their hair, and it is literally training your hair to stop producing so much oil because you've been overwashing it.
That's crazy.
Because everyone is being told that, oh, if you don't wash your hair every single day, you dirty bitch. Like, no,
Get out of here.
you don't have to wash your hair every day. You don't actually, like, there's scientific studies that say you don't have to shower every day. Obviously, you have to be clean, but you don't have to shower. And actually, showering every day can be just as damaging as not showering at all because you're removing all the natural oils from your body,
You can
which
dry
is drying
yourself
out your
out.
skin. And then you get like stuff like cracked skin, which can lead to infection. But because the body wash companies want to sell more of their product, they shame you into thinking that you need to clean 15 times a day, and no, you fucking don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Body wash is expensive. Don't shower.
If you take anything away from this podcast, let it be that.
Yeah. Be smelly.
I have
It's just
an,
capitalism trying to shame you. Don't
I
listen to
have
it.
a natural musk.
Oh no.
Oh, no, you've ruined it.
Anyone who
Ruined
says
it.
that sentence, have a shower, kids. Don't have a natural. musk.
So behind the scenes at Casa de Southern, I've just had to reply to a WhatsApp message, and I've come back up to hear Dave Pitt say, "I have a natural musk." I think I might have to continue with the WhatsApp messages just to see if that's all right.
Right, Mikey, you weren't here last week because Hannah Platt had you
You
in
were
that.
on a pyre.
Yeah, had you in that huge wicker man.
I was.
Yeah,
watch that bit back.
And
Sorry.
you started watching the feed on YouTube, and you were making voice
Can I
notes
just say,
to us,
not-
and then
not
all of a
even-
sudden, All of a sudden, Mike, they just stopped. It's like you got 10 minutes in and got
Well,
bored.
I mean,
It was quite a long one.
yeah, I mean, you say that jokingly, but like, it's just like, I think, like, what benefit, like, what's good if you make art is to sort of realise, like, what a commitment it is for other people to enjoy that art, and like, being on the other side, I did just get a bit distracted. But, like, I will also add that it wasn't actually on the YouTube. No, it was on Twitch. 'Cause
Oh,
somebody downloaded it onto his PlayStation.
hey.
Ooh.
Fancy.
Well, that's annoying
Can we
though
all
because,
go on, Mike?
I can't type quick enough in the comments so that comments are relevant as to the live stream because of the fine lack of fine motor skills. By the time I've finished writing my comment about the last thing, you moved on to another two things. So basically, me watching it live is just me going round in circles with myself, going just screaming eternally. So I'd much rather be on the podcast live than I would watch it back.
You could have just said you was busy, Mike.
Yeah, but it's not as funny, is it? Not like it's not comedic value. But yeah, I just sort of had dinner and then it's sort of waylaid.
On the issue of the chat, I think there's something wrong with the chat tonight.
Okay.
So I've put a couple of things in about like the socials, and they haven't shown up on the stream.
Oh, I've got things about the socials show up.
Yeah, but they haven't shown, like, they're supposed to show up on the side of the stream, and they haven't, so it's a bit...
Oh, yeah. Oh, the alerts are on.
It's going a bit strange tonight, so if you're there and we're not ignoring you...
Can anyone not on the podcast basically tell us if we're live or not? Yeah.
What I was going to say, sorry, is can we all just take a moment to appreciate that Hannah muted her microphone so she could play the old snot trombone?
You're welcome. I didn't think you'd want to hear it.
Play the old snot trombone. If anything says old black country slang.
Oh, no! Not again!
Oh no, don't let us fall.
Stage hands into Mikey's room.
Mike, don't let us fall, not again.
Stop, you're making me laugh. Everybody shut up.
Mike.
What I like is as he's trying to adjust it, we just keep getting little glimpses of Lin-Manuel Miranda just like stalking in the background.
There we go.
Yes, you did it.
You all doubted me, didn't you? Admittedly, admit it. You thought he's never going to do this. We're going to have at least 15 minutes worth of extra content. We were just squealing for a human being nearby.
I'd just like to say,
No,
ever since there's supposedly been a life-size cutout of Lin-Manuel Miranda in Mikey's room, I haven't seen Lin-Manuel Miranda in the media. That's all I'm saying.
Oh.
Mikey's holding him hostage. That's not
It's
a
a
cutout.
misery situation.
I mean, we don't talk about Lin-Manuel Miranda. Way!
Hey!
We don't talk about Bruno.
I still haven't watched Encanto. I
It's
wanna watch
very
it.
good.
It
Yeah,
is good,
but I keep
but
hearing that song
came to
everywhere.
it- I came to it late and missed the exposition-y bit at the beginning. And if you miss that bit, then
Quite crucial.
Like you sort of lose the flow.
I'm not gonna say it's not as like the opening is sad. It's not up sad
Yeah.
because
But
honestly,
no-
Nothing is upset.
There's
That made
literally.
me
Yeah.
want to jump in the bath of the toaster after the first 2 minutes.
I was in the cinema
like,
watching that. It's like angry at how sad I was.
Yeah,
Like, how
like,
dare
I don't
you?
know.
How dare you
I
make me this
don't
sad?
know who in the story department at Disney Pixar was having a bad day or had just been dumped and went, you know what?
With that
Love's
fucking
terrible,
song and every.
let's
Oh
ruin
my
everybody. But like, I want to know who wrote that story and can we just check that they're okay?
God. Yeah.
Are we talking about Up?
I don't think they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just checking.
But yeah, the opening is quite emotional.
That's why I've not watched it yet, because I thought it's definitely going to be sad, because that's all Pixar ever does now is just make me cry. So I've been waiting for a day when I'm like,
it's quite good.
Yeah.
But there are a couple of songs that I had to have a pause and a walk around my living room because I felt like they were psychologically calling me out.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I'll be prepared for that.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not going to watch it while I'm poorly because I'll just start crying.
And anyone who's listened to this will know exactly what song I've just referenced, especially if they're the older sibling.
Oh no.
Hannah's face.
Honestly.
It's just because I know that Pixar are just so every bloody film is so sad now.
Yeah, they're just literally flicking through the pages of childhood trauma, going, who can we upset today? Like, yeah.
Oh, look, a dead father. One,
and the answer was me. They upset me.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, it's like if I cry at something, making me cry is like shooting fish in a barrel. And I feel that's the same for everyone in this show, to be fair.
I do like a good cry.
No. Oh, are you quite tough, Steph? Are you?
I mean, obviously.
My eyes watered at Rob's show last night. I thought I was gonna embarrass myself.
No, I'll be honest. If it's anything like the version I saw, then yes, I can imagine it's quite.
There was just this one particular bit where he was talking about, he'd like put a message on Facebook, and I remember it coming up about like the whole thing, and sort of like coming out to everyone. And he said that like because his mum wasn't on Facebook, he read all the comments out to his mum that people had put on it, and how many like heart reactions it had, and I was like, a proud mother. Anyway, as you were, it was beautiful. It was so nice.
I tend to cry at really not obvious things. Like I'll cry.
Like what?
Like obviously we had this conversation last week that I didn't cry at Schindler's List.
Yeah, because you're a fascist.
Like,
it is quite a long film.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I was tired.
No, it was right. Am I right in remembering that it was like the second film that you'd watched in a row or something? So you already were like a bit snowblind. It was a single. Okay, right.
But at the end of it, I was like, I know what happens.
Yeah.
Like it's very bad. Like
yeah.
Naughty German people
So
did that.
I know.
But no, I didn't cry.
I know you spoke about this last week, but I wasn't here, so I'm taking that as reason to mention this story. But the first time I watched Schindler's List, it was dubbed in French. And let me tell you, Liam Neeson, I mean, we didn't watch, like, in the set, but it was sort of on in the background and no one could be bothered to turn it over. And Liam Neeson in French is very different experience.
There's usually like there's people who are kind of like the other language equivalent of famous actors. So like there'll be a French guy who like does the Liam Neeson in films, and I always thought that would be a really cool job because it's like quite low pressure because no one knows who you are, but it's like quite a cool part, but you only have to do the voice, you don't have to do any of the like
who would you want to do
about.
the English version of?
What's her name? Who starred in Amelie?
Yeah, Audrey Tattoo.
There you go.
Yeah, that. Yeah, I love her.
I once met Ian McKellen's body double in the film The Beauty and the Beast. It was that no, you know at the end when they're all like turned into humans.
Yeah,
it was that bit, but because the production team couldn't afford to get McKellen in for like half a day, they'd employed this guy to just like film basically the back of him for a shot.
Amazing.
And yeah, it was one of these sort of networking things, and I was like really. It happened like just maybe 18 months after I graduated, so before sort of I'd really got got any sense of what it all was. I remember being really starstruck
Yeah.
that I'd met
Is that
Ian McKellen's body double.
Is that how they introduced him as well?
What did he introduce himself like that?
Yeah.
Well, that's another question. Did he introduce himself like that?
Did he have it on his business card?
No, I think his name might have been Phil. I'm not sure. But no, it was quite a funny.
Because I always find that a bit odd. Like, I mean, I find it a bit odd. You know the guy who played C-3PO?
Yeah, Anthony Daniels.
Yeah, Anthony Daniels, and he'll go everywhere. Well, not everywhere. I mean, he doesn't like go to the toilet with it. But when he does a public appearance, he'll put the gold hand on.
Right.
To kind of.
To be like, by the way, that's who I am.
Because
like,
otherwise, no one would know.
Yeah.
I mean, like now, admittedly, I'm not a Star Wars aficionado. So if I saw that man with the gold hand on his hand in public, I would just think, oh, there's the man with a gold hand. Like,
just think, that's an extravagant Michael Jackson impersonation.
Yeah, what a strange hand that man has.
I would never put two and two together and think that's definitely C-3PO.
I guess like his voice is distinctive, isn't it? Like
I'd carry the helmet around rather than a hand.
I suppose it's quite heavy.
Just under the arm. Just crank it on a table whenever I'm in an interview.
You can imagine
he's in Costa Coffee, like, there we go, just get my latte, hang on. Yeah.
Imagine all these kids. Mom, he's decapitated C-3PO.
I don't think Lloyd is in the chat today, but he does an incredible C-3PO impression. It is literally like, it's like he's in the room. We need to get him a gold hand so he can wander about pretending to be Anthony Daniels.
If the four of us tweet him close together enough, maybe we'll see it.
That's going to be Tinder Swindler series 2. He's going to be someone pretending to be Anthony Daniels to all these Star Wars fans, just because they've gone and purchased themselves a gold hand.
Just a nice gold hand.
You
could probably get one at Comic-Con.
Oh, I bet you could get one at Comic-Con.
Yeah. You can get whatever, can't you?
Because I never realised when you go to Comic-Con, they charge for autographs.
Yeah, it's quite expensive. And there's like a sliding scale depending on how famous you are as well.
And of course, some of them charge for autographs and photographs.
Yeah,
and all
some
that
of them are like
stuff.
70 quid or something.
Yeah. And the reason...
But then there's like the cheaper, more obscure people. It's like, oh, here's 20 quid. Yeah.
So the only reason I found this out was because I was someone who went to Comic-Con and just basically stood so the person was in the background and just did that. And was like, look.
Quite like right-hand click saving an NFT.
Yeah. Look, I've been in the same room as someone who was a body double for Ian McKellen.
Yeah. I've only been to Comic-Con like maybe once or twice, maybe twice, but I was walking along. I think the first time I went, and I was talking to my friend. Or looking at something, and I bumped into someone, and I turned, like when you're like, oh no, sorry, but it was like the middle of someone's body, which isn't usual for me because I'm quite tall, and I was like, oh shit, and it was that guy, Ian, who plays like the Night King and stuff like that. He always plays like creepy monsters. Yeah, and I was like, oh, sorry, because he's like 7'2" or something. And
the guy who played. Are you on about the guy who played the Mountain?
No. The guy who plays like the Night King, like the tall, creepy White Walker dude. Like, and he looks a bit like odd anyway in real life, but I think he's like 7 foot or more.
He's got quite pointed features, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's quite gaunt looking anyway. Yeah. And I'd literally like walked into the like his middle of his torso because he's so tall, and I was like, whoa, oh, I mean, hello, sorry, goodbye. But but he was like just cutting a swathe through the place because he was so tall, obviously.
I know this woman, and she's kind of like on my secret list to try and get on this show. But I haven't seen her for years. So, you know, hopefully I'll bump into her at some point. But she was really into Buck Rogers in the 25th century.
Amazing.
Like, I mean, obsessively into it.
I've never heard of someone being that into Buck Rogers.
Had her own website about it when websites were still quite a new thing. Ended up
GeoCities?
Ended up no, proper website.
Oh no, proper one.
Ended up contacting Gil Gerard, who was Buck Rogers, and becoming like his website person.
Oh my
god! And started working with him. And then, and I may have got this wrong, but I'm sure what happened was because she didn't take any shit. And he was saying, do this, and she's like, no. And he's like, no, do the no. You're telling me to do the wrong thing. It won't work. And she just went, right, fuck it then. I'm not doing it. And,
oh my gosh.
You know, stopped working with her hero, which, you know, wow, full respect. But she used to go to all these Comic Cons, and she was saying the one, she says, the weirdest one was Milton Keynes, right?
I can see it.
By her, now these are her words, they're not mine. She said, Comic Cons, what they usually do is sling them out somewhere. So like, they'll do it at the NEC, but they'll put it in like Hall 26. And they'll get everyone away from the general public, right? But she says the Milton Keynes one is in the middle of a shopping centre.
Oh, what?
But it's massive. And like she says, when she was going regularly, there was a family, mom, dad, 2 kids, who all went dressed as Klingons.
Aww.
Of course.
So she says you've got people just doing their shop, and like a family of Klingons are walking behind them, and the people are kind of like going.
That's really nice.
And these two worlds colliding, where finally ordinary people who are going around their everyday life have to deal with the fact that someone really loves to dress up as Darth Vader.
Yeah. I do like it. Like, it's a nice atmosphere at Comic-Con because it's just like, oh look, it's all the weirdos and we're together, yay! It is nice.
There is something very nice about that.
And I went to it in London, and it was at XL, I think, which is like out down like on the DLR, I think.
Yes,
yeah,
XL Centre. It's like it's Isle of
like
Dogs.
Sort of east, isn't it? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, because it's near the
Canary Wharf,
the weird airlifty thing,
yes,
like cable cars. Yeah. And so getting the tube over there is hilarious because obviously there's loads of people, and I was stood next to somebody in like a perfect costume of No Name from Spirited Away, is it? With the like mask and the like black robe, and there's like, it was literally like that bit in the film where she's on the bus and the spooky guy is just there, but I was me, and I was just kind of like, oh no. I'm scared. They didn't have a coin to give them, so it was a whole thing.
One of the costumes that Adam Savage did for a Comic-Con in America was No Name. It could have been Adam Savage you were standing next to.
It might have been. If he went to London, like a good few years ago.
Oh, that was nice.
I do like seeing the costumes, though. It is good.
I do want to go to a Comic-Con. I only ever seem to hear about them after they've happened.
Yeah, I think like when COVID's died down a bit, we should do an episode from a Comic-Con. Yeah.
What if it's Comic-Con on the same day as Eurovision? What are we going to do? Both! We'll do both.
Do both. One in the day and one in the evening. What a brilliant day.
I'm going to need to find an accessible toilet in between because I'm not, I can't hold myself.
Well, it's usually in like sort of exhibition halls, so you would hope that there would be ground level toilets. Like,
look, if you're going to be mates with me, I'm going to need to bring you into my world. This is all I'm doing.
That's appropriate.
This is all I'm doing.
To be fair, I've been to the XL Centre. There's good disabled access.
Okay, good.
I feel like it was on the flat.
Good ones by the world standards or actual good ones?
I
'Cause by
mean,
the world standard, a good disabled toilet is a broom cupboard with a grab handle in it.
I mean, I remember when we started doing Anarchy Comedy. You'll
A
remember
dog! There's a dog on stream!
There is a dog.
when we started doing Anarchy Comedy, Steph, and you'll remember Anarchy Comedy. You did Anarchy
I
Comedy.
do.
One of the reasons we picked that pub was because it had a disabled toilet. What we didn't bank on was no one could use the disabled toilet because it was full of chairs.
Yeah.
Oh yes, at last someone knows is it the chairs or bins?
Yeah. It's like, we need to store something, use the disabled toilet. No, because disabled
sure what
people
that's
might need
for.
to use that. That's why it's
Yeah.
there.
Do you know where the best disabled toilet I've ever used is? You know, it's under multi-story car park.
Really?
Yeah, genuinely true.
Because most multi-storey car parks are basically toilets.
No,
Judging by the smell.
Yeah.
I'm being genuinely serious. I was like, oh god, I really need the loo, but I don't know when the next one's gonna be. But I'm not using the multi-story car park because that's just gonna be hole in the ground. But god, you open the door and it was like just an oasis of just like, it's like this is a mirage. This isn't real. I must be dehydrated. But no, it's cracking. Also, another really good place, Attenborough Arts Centre.
Oh, they've got good toilets, haven't they? Yeah. They got one of those fancy ones. Like, there's a name for them. Like, there's like a scheme for like where the good toilets are, and they're in the good toilet scheme.
Why do I not know about this?
Yes, why do I not know about this?
I feel like it's called like changing places or something. It's like a type of toilet where you have to have like so much room.
I'd have called it top shitters myself, but
top shitters.
top shitters.
I've heard. I'm not an expert on this. This is what I've heard on the grapevine from Attenborough people.
Because I was once in Birmingham needing a Mr. Magoo, keeping it clean. And I've said before, I'm a shy pooper. I need to be alone.
Yeah, you can't have interference.
And public toilets are not the best anyway.
No.
And I'm round by New Street Station, and I'm like, the station toilets, no, not really.
Usually quite grim.
Not far away from the mailbox.
Oh.
Well, that's quite posh, isn't it? The mailbox.
Yeah, but I
It's
thought
very
they'd have
posh.
nice toilets.
Right. Went into the toilet. Right, walks up to the mailbox. Of course, by now, touching cloth. Get to the mailbox. Go in the toilet.
You know,
Oh, it was very clean. Very, very clean. Apart from the huge pair of pants in the corner full of shit. Just dumped on the floor.
See, that story's so horrific, the dog ran off.
Is there not a bin in there? What
tell you where there is.
fuck?
Tell you where there is a bin. A disabled toilet.
There's fucking 12 of them. There's 12 of
3
them.
of them.
That's where they all were, Mike.
3 of them.
There's supposed to be one in there, and there's 12 in the disabled toilet.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I think a perfect public toilet, you should be that way you've got like gaps underneath and gaps above door. No, right. You should be hermetically sealed.
I want
cubicle.
privacy.
There should be soft music playing to cover up any noises.
Yeah.
Just feel a little bit
Have
more
I told
comfortable.
you? I told you about the time I went to the cricket, didn't I?
Yes.
At Edgbaston.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In the disabled, yeah. When there was a.
In the Royal Court Theatre, I remember in the toilets there, they have like a play playing, like it's like like an audio recording of a play playing in the toilets. But it's quite creepy because it's just like you're in there and there's just this voice going like, "What do you mean, Sarah, I didn't tell you to do that. Yes, you did, Malcolm. It was a... Do you know what I mean? It's like a whole conversation happening that you've kind of walked in on. And it's quite loud. And you're like, where is that coming from? Who is in here?
No, that's good.
Why is a man talking? And I don't... Who?
It should
David
be.
struggle with that because there's a shy pooper.
That's it.
I might think there's people in there.
People were
but, you know, soft music, that's good.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing
I cannot
worse.
believe our conversation has descended into what makes a good public toilet.
I'll tell you the worst toilet I've been. No,
It's a public service.
Also-
This is Steph.
Also, incidentally, Royal Court has the slowest lift in the world.
Oh, yeah, I've been in that lift.
Up to the
Slow as
bar.
all hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Having
It
said
feels
that,
like
though,
it's being hand cranked by someone, like pulling it
having,
up.
having said that, though, Vicky Featherston, if you're watching, do commission me.
Vicky,
Yeah.
love you, please, thanks.
Thank you. Look, you know,
It's-
don't want much, you know, just the chair would.
Not complaining,
upstairs.
just
You know, just a little,
upstairs will
like,
be fine. Yeah, thanks.
just a little
If you
2 week
commission,
run would
if you
be
commission one of Mike's plays, you'll make a profit. You can upgrade the fucking lift. I called this show Collapsed Ceiling because of Mikey's fun in bathrooms.
Oh yeah, we never actually got round to collapse ceilings.
So, this wasn't the recent time I've been away. This was December, pre-Christmas. And I was away with work. My sisters were with me, and and the door comes in, and it's my sister. She says, "Heard a noise from the bathroom.
It's a ghost."
Falling in.
It's a ghost. There's a ghost in the bathroom.
And we're like, you what? The walls? And she's like, yeah, like the wall panel just fell off. And took a photo of it. I don't know if we've still got it somewhere in the group chat.
Yeah,
I
give me a minute.
And it's like there's exposed wire where this panel has fallen onto the loo, and thank goodness someone wasn't using the facilities, because they absolutely would have died.
Yeah, that would have been
And had a small child been on it,
would have been taken out.
I'd also like to point out that's one of those hovering toilets, and I am never comfortable on a hovering toilet.
Yeah. I want
like-
3 points of contact with the floor.
Try sitting on a hovering toilet with cerebral palsy.
With your intention tremor.
I did say to you, and I'll say it again on the internet, you're too honest, Mike, because if that had been me, I'd have been going, hang on a second, as I crawled myself underneath it, and then go, take a photo now! Like,
Help!
Yeah.
Like, 100%. Like, I'd have even gone as far as to, like, pull my trousers around my ankles.
Just a picture of you there, like the dying fly, with your bags around your ankles, your arse showing.
I don't know. The panel would have concealed my dignity. But, like, you gotta have the action
like a photo
shot,
shoot.
Yeah.
Like a boudoir.
Yeah, I'm really damaged, but I'm also quite sexy at the same time.
let me do my makeup. Let me do my
Well,
makeup.
the lighting's quite good in this bathroom.
I look quite pretty. Yeah.
Put some blusher on my arse cheek.
Oh, the panel would have been like concealing me.
But I should also tell you about this past week. So in between panic attacks, I have found the time to travel for work to an undisclosed location somewhere in the East Midlands, and basically what I've had to do every morning is take one of our friends, the LFT, not to be confused, of course, with Mr. Fungible.
Mr.
What I would like to report it's 2.5 years into a global pandemic. I have finally hacked the lateral flow test, boys and girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what you do to not gag and be sick?
Get someone else to do it.
No, that's worse. And the reason why that is worse, Dave, is because you don't know when the gag is coming.
No, I mean get someone to do the test on your behalf.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not a bastard, you see.
Yeah. Like when sports stars get someone else to pee for
Yeah,
them.
exactly.
Yeah.
There you go.
Except, to be fair, I'd have to do that because I can't pee under pressure. But I've got a thing. Oh, it's got better, but it needs work. Anyway, again,
We're all works in progress.
You
mate.
see, of all the people, Mike, I just thought you'd be used to it because of having to have helpers take you.
Yeah, can we not delve into
Okay.
Yes,
yeah.
can we not?
Yeah, let's not. Yeah, you're
Tell us
right.
more
You're
about
right.
our friend
You're right.
lateral flow.
So basically, what you do is, I read on the internet that as you're taking it, what you do is you let out a long, sustained R
Oh.
as you.
I've heard
And
this.
then
You humming and
and then,
stuff.
like, it's amazing how relaxed your sort of reflex goes.
Yeah, because I do
It's
find
like,
it
oh,
quite
God.
difficult the older.
Oh, it's like I'm doing it. It's happening. And then
It's why doctors get you to do it.
Mm.
Oh, that's why they get you to say "ah." Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that actually makes a
Right.
load of sense.
Because when you say "ah," like everything at the back of your throat kind of dips in a little bit,
So you can get to the little.
so you can get it easier. Whereas when you tense, everything's brought forward. So you're more like, yeah, it's very weird. But yeah, humming
also
tends
makes
to stop you
perfect
gagging.
sense. Also makes perfect sense because science, and
Yeah.
who wouldn't believe in science?
I also love, Mikey, your video in that one hotel room where you went, how
the
big's
hell-
this hotel room? And then just rode your wheelchair to one end, turned it round and come
The
back.
hotel room.
Just doing donuts.
Oh.
Round and round.
Me battery's flat, Mo.
I've got visions of like the day after you've left your room and the cleaner's gone in and gone, why is there fucking tyre skid marks all over the carpet?
It's like
For
Morrison's
every-
car park on a Sunday morning.
For every falling wall tile, there is the Four Seasons of budget hotel rooms. And let me tell you, Tuesday, Wednesday, I was fucking loving life.
Living the dream.
Not only that, but also the burgers in reception in the restaurant. Oh God,
Beautiful.
God bless them. Incredible.
Do they want to sponsor the stream?
Well, I mean,
We could all
a
get
very well known black country comedian already does a very good
Ah,
job.
yes.
Oh,
Ah.
So I don't want to
yeah, but he's got loads of money.
Although saying that, I've not seen Henry Lenny do.
No, they got
Do
those
one
puppets,
for a
didn't they,
while.
for a while? Those creepy, like, foam puppets.
Yeah.
Now,
one
was
thing-
that Travel Lodge?
Was it? I thought that was.
I have a feeling it might be Travel
The
Lodge.
one
Like,
thing
I'm
that
not a
gets me-
connoisseur of budget hotel,
Yeah.
but I do like a good jingle.
There's a
Yeah.
picture I've got on my social media somewhere of my. There was last time we stopped in one of those hotels, Michael, sponsored by
Well, you just
Henny
full name
Lenny.
me.
Sorry.
Oh, I think I've got all tingly.
Like when we stopped, me and my brother shared a room, and there was like a little like cardboard like advertisement with him on it. So I made my brother get in bed, and I tucked it in next to him, and I've got to find it because it looks like they're curled up together, and it's so cute. Like, talk amongst yourselves, I'm gonna find it.
Hey, you know when you go into one of those hotels sponsored by Henny Lenry,
Yeah.
Yeah.
how do they get the blanket so tight to the bed.
I don't know, and I hate being tucked in. I can't stand it.
What?
Oh, yeah, the
Yeah,
first thing
I've
I
got
do is untuck all the
pull them.
sheets.
Yeah, pull them all out. Number one thing, pull
No,
that
no,
fucker out.
no. I appreciate that, but I'm usually getting back to that hotel room. Look, I don't think to untuck them before I go and do what I'm doing. I usually get back to that hotel room.
Oh, when I'm going to get in the bed.
Probably drunk. And I can't handle that. When I'm drunk, untucking.
Trying to unwrap it like a gift.
Yeah, I
Hold
can't be doing
yourself
that.
into it.
I just.
Can I also have some love for the mattresses, please? In Enya bins. That's a new one.
Yeah, they are comfy, aren't
Would
they?
you like to point out that the collapsed wall wasn't there, was it? It's a completely different
the collapsed
budget
wall
hotel.
The collapse wall was in Travis.
Have you found it, Steph?
No, I'm still looking. Carry on. It's been a few years ago, so I was just going through.
Have any of you been listening to Radio 4 this week?
Not in any extended amount of time.
No.
Have any of you
ever listened to Radio 4?
Have any
Have
of
it on
you
in the kitchen sometimes.
Have any of you heard the wrestling show that was on Radio 4 this week?
Oh no, I wanted to listen to it, but I've not. I was going to get it on sound.
Yes, it is on sounds.
Yeah.
So it's called One Ring to Rule Them All, which
Amazing.
Sounds a little bit.
Great.
And it was Emma and Steve who did it. It was like 2/3 of Poets, Prattlers and Pandemonialists. Me being the other third. Yeah, they did it, and they've done a very, very good job. They didn't ask me to be involved. So it's probably they've gone off and they've done their own solo album without me.
Yeah, but
they've done a Graham Coxon.
You wait until this podcast is picked up.
No, they've gone off and done Gorillas. I've gone off and done Graham Coxon.
Yeah, Graham Coxon's is better. It's just less well known, so that actually tracks.
No, I wasn't thinking better. I was just thinking less well known.
Yeah.
Do you mean Gorillas as in Damon Albarn's Gorillas?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were doing a
Because
blur joke.
I quite like them.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
That was the point, Mike.
But Graham Coxon from Blur
Soul
also
Child
had a solo career in an obscure way, but is still good.
Fair enough.
But something else happened with Emma and Steve and that show that was quite funny. We were at the Lighthouse yesterday, Sunday, and we were there for like 12 hours because we did the Fringe Room, then there was an event for the poetry competition, and then we had our event of the evening, right?
Oh, gosh.
It's why I'm so fucking tired.
Yeah.
And during this sort of like early evening, Perseus comes over to me and she goes, "Have you? Can you get Radio 4 on your phone?" And I went, "Yeah. Why?" And she went, "Apparently, One Ring to Rule Them All is pick of the week."
Ooh.
And they wanted to listen to the show.
Ooh.
Now the problem is, Emma and Steve are not techies, right? And I had got my phone, which doesn't have a headphone jack, because why would you put a headphone jack on a phone? Who fucking needs one of them?
Makes me so angry.
And I've got Bluetooth headphones, but they're like these little, they're
Little
Tautronics. They're little beans, right?
Ooh.
And they're great. They sound great. They're wonderful. But obviously, you get the
Only
things
for like one person
to fit your ears.
Yeah.
Now, I've got two choices here. I either go ER, because there's loads of other stuff going on, and just say to him, ER, be careful with them. Or I try to explain to someone who's not a techie how the Bluetooth headphones work.
Oh, God.
I'm not doing that, right? So I went, ER, got enough to be getting on with. The problem is, they've got, I don't know if it'll show up on the camera, but you can put them in your ears like that, no
You're
problem.
not one of those
You can adjust
influencers that
them.
show off makeup, Dave.
They've got a button there.
Oh, you tap on, yeah.
Yeah. So, of course, Emma keeps tapping the button.
Oh, God.
And depending on how you tap it, and when you're wearing them, it makes perfect sense. So,
It's
tap
like
once,
the volume.
volume
isn't
up,
it? And-
volume down. Well,
Yeah.
tap once, volume up, tap once, volume down. Double tap stops the track. You can do a triple tap, and it fires up the Google Assistant. That's sort, you know what I mean? That sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Can I just add a comment? Cerebral palsy's nightmare.
Yes, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. They are not accessible friendly.
Those headphones are like the Rocket League of the tech world.
Yeah, they're also not purse house friendly. So she's trying to hold them into her ears, and she keeps tapping them. So I'm trying to do all the stuff, and then she keeps going, it stopped. So then I have to go over, unlock my phone, turn off the Google Assistant. Is it going now? Yeah. It stopped. Oh, for fuck's sake, right?
Oh my
Emma's
God.
got really long hair, and she's wearing a big scarf. So, of course, she's there like this, and they drop out. And then she's going, oh, I can't find them. And I'm like, these are 40 fucking quid. Do not lose them.
You better find them.
So then she's having to like undo all her hair to get scarf off.
This is like a Terence Rattigan farce.
Right?
Oh my God.
And then when it gets mentioned on the show, so I'm there trying to like move tables and stuff because Steve's broke his foot as well.
Oh God.
So I'm trying to move tables around, and then she keeps going, it stopped again. For fuck's sake. Right?
Oh my God.
Then there's a period where she just disappeared. Perseus just disappeared, and I went into a panic because I thought, I don't know where she's gone, and if they fall out and she can't find them.
Carry on without me. I'm just going to shut the door. Is
Okay.
that all right?
Okay.
But I looked on my phone and the headphones were still connected. So I knew she was nearby. I just couldn't find her.
She, like wandered off.
So,
Oh my God.
so I'm wandering around, looking at my phone, seeing if like they get disconnected so I know I've gone further away. Couldn't
Like a
find
little
her.
homing pigeon.
I'm going around the lighthouse going, has anyone seen Perseus? And they're like,
Like this.
yeah.
Like you're doing like a Geiger readings or something. Like.
And then I'm having to explain to people, no, she's got very tiny headphones in her ears, which they're 40 quid. That to me is a fucking lifetimes of money.
Yeah, the ones I got were like £8 out of B&M, and they don't work very well.
No, they won't because they were 8 quid.
They were £8.
She then appears and went, oh, I was outside. I'm like, what did you go outside for? Have you got my headphones? Yes, I've got
Even
your
if you were yelling her name, she had the
Exactly.
headphones in, so
Exactly.
she wouldn't have heard you.
I was thinking, have I got an app on my phone where I could speak into it and it comes
And
through
it
the
comes
headphones?
through the headphones. Like, where are you, Emma?
Emma, it's me. Where are you?
Can I just interject, please? And say that anxiety will never rule me ever again because I've just done a 3-point turn live on the internet.
I think it was very
It was slick as hell. It was slick as all hell.
Yes.
You've conquered that mountain now.
Then the show, then the mention of the show appeared on, Pick of the Week.
Yeah.
So she called Steve over. So then Steve had one, and he
God.
was completely baffled by it.
Yeah.
In between all
Like
this, they kept
Like two
dropping them.
pensioners
Yeah.
trying to learn how to use Facebook.
It just used to be so much simpler, didn't it? You'd get one of them splitters, you sat on the bus and you plug your friend's headphones in.
You wouldn't even get a
both
splitter, would you?
listen to
You just
tape
get
that
the
you
one.
made
You
of
just get the one
album from
headphone.
the
yeah.
library.
You just get
Yeah.
one ear to the left.
One
one-
ear each.
I know it's the Beatles, and I can only hear the drums, and you can only hear.
Yes,
I
I've got just
remember-
Ringo. That's fine.
I remember one Christmas I got my first MP3 player, and it was from my auntie and uncle, and my uncle had pre-downloaded the Coldplay album on it.
Ooh.
Now I love Coldplay.
Did he not like you?
Well,
You love Coldplay.
Merry Christmas.
I mean,
No one loves Coldplay.
well, I mean, it was the album with Fix You on it, and it was just.
It was a
bit of a
moment, wasn't it?
It was a bit of a vibe, but not the vibe you necessarily want to like deck the holes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my.
I remember like the first MP3 player I got was like a tiny little Sony one, but it cost like 90 quid or something. I got it with like
you could fit about 10 songs on it.
Yeah. It was crazy.
She got it with some sort of tax rebate that your dad got.
No, I got it because my aunt died. Wow. Thanks.
That got dark.
And I
all
took
of a
myself
sudden.
for a treat. I took
That's a really weird thing. Your aunt died. Have an MP3.
No,
Like,
I got money from her dying,
Oh.
and so I
And
bought
she
myself an MP3
specifically
player.
said, "Get yourself an MP3 player."
No, I was a teenager and thought I want to listen to more than the amount of tapes I can fit in my bag on the bus.
Them were the days, the before times.
Yeah, because I used to go to the library, get a CD out for £1, tape it, then you got it forever.
cheeky.
Nice, resourceful.
We all used to do that.
Yeah. But the selection of songs on it was insane because it was just like, you know, when you started downloading music, but you could only get like one track at a time. So it would be like weird playlists of like, it took me an hour to download this Tori Amos song on LimeWire. So I'm going to listen to it 100 times.
LimeWire.
Yeah.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Like, do you remember that? That's not just me. That was definitely
No, that was just you, Mike. That was just we're
just admitted to having a fever dream.
Mike, we've got no fucking idea what you're talking about, Mike.
What I think we should do is just clip that as an uncontext clip. And then, like, just leave it as everyone's ringtone. I did not.
I think what happened
that woman.
because it was the same. Because it was the same sort of era as the Clinton Monica Lewinsky thing.
It set me off.
Yeah.
There must have been a file that sort of spread out onto LimeWire, sort of into the world. Like occasionally,
so it was like a mid-90s Rickrolling.
Yeah. Whatever you downloaded, that would occasionally interject it. I swear it was a thing. Like,
It sounds like
if anyone is out there, anyone on the chat, like that can confirm this, because I'm certain it was a thing that would happen on LimeWire. I swear it was.
Yeah, it does sound like a thing. That
Please,
people
someone
do.
say something so I'm not like in a dream.
Of course, Mike.
I swear that.
In those early before times, I used to use Napster.
Oh yeah, I use Napster a
And
bit.
there's a
Yeah.
thing about
If I Google LimeWire Bill Clinton, what do you reckon will come up?
Oh dear God.
I
Careful,
wouldn't risk
Mike.
I'm gonna do it. If I don't make it out, I love you all.
If the FBI suddenly burst through the door.
I was going to say, if we get shut down by the NSA... then
No, it won't be the
yeah.
FBI. It'll be Metallica. Lars Ulrich will come bursting through the door.
No! I've been telling you about this for years.
Yeah, on Napster there was like a kind of hack, and it was a bit nasty, and people kept falling for it. You know, you shared a folder on your hard drive,
Oh, I know about this.
and people used to share too much, so
Yeah,
they would
you'd share,
they'd accidentally
My
share their
Documents
photos.
Yeah.
So you
yeah.
go on.
LimeWire Bill Clinton, it comes up. Oh my God, you bastard! Not you believe me.
Yeah, that was the thing on. I used to use a different one as well. I think it was like SoulSeek or something, and there was a warning on it like, have a specific folder for the files you're sharing, because otherwise they can literally get into like everything.
Yeah,
it can go into like your My Documents and like photos and everything.
And that was the thing. Go on Napster and search for JPEGs.
Yeah,
and you just
I had somebody try to download all the voice memos off my phone as well that way. It was a bit creepy. Because I didn't realise when iTunes comes on, it makes a folder in your music folder for iTunes, and it had synced all the voice notes off my phone. And I hadn't realised it was in the music folder that was linked to my file sharing thing. And then I just noticed, like, what's uploading? And someone was trying to download all the voice notes from my phone.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. And like, they would have been really disappointed because it was just me learning how to play guitar badly. So it would just been like, the fuck's this? And it's me going like, 1, 2, 3, 4, take the elevator and hotel Yobber. I'll be glad to see you later.
I'm going to send you. Right, I'm going to press send on a thing. I want
Jesus.
someone, preferably whoever's got the best speakers. So it's sent now. Press send now, and that is what used to come up when you downloaded something from LimeWire.
Right, I've got to try and get this so that it...
Hang on, is this what we're going to finish on?
Yeah.
Okay, all
Right.
then.
So, thank you, everyone. No one's
I
been
can't
watching,
make it
so-
stop.
Right,
Okay.
here we go. Nothing's happening, Mike.
Oh, what
It
a-
works
Oh!
on mine. Do you want me to do it?
Now I've got it. Come on.
would once again like to say that I did not have sexual relations with that woman. I did, however, go to ifreeclub.com, where they offer hundreds of free products: computers, notebooks and accessories, televisions, home and portable audio and video, fashion and cosmetics, housewares, and much more. Visit them today at www.ifreeclub.com. That's
I feel like this has ignited a memory in me.
Memory happened.
And do like I did. Just get it free.
And then I'll tell your would kick in.
Yeah, then it was Hotel Yoga, right? Right?
Like you'd be at a house party, and every time it would come on, like the whole house would go, "Oh, what's the song on now? It's
Yeah,
built
like-
into the
Like when the Spotify ad comes on and it's always for fucking Clear Blue pregnancy test or something. Like, fuck off.
So you all doubted me, but that proves it.
No, that proves it, Mike.
Well done,
We
yeah.
sorry that we doubted you.
See,
It has the same
All-
vibe of it as like when you watch old TV from the 90s and they would give you their web address as like http://cbbc.co.uk/info/. It was always like the longest address. Like,
There used to be one in, I think it was the side of the Fox Hotel in Wolverhampton, which was a proper dodgy place. And they had a sign made in the early days of the internet by, they knew nothing about web addresses, and neither did the people who made the sign. So it was
no.
something like http://www/
oh no.
that kind of thing. Yeah. And that was,
.html.
Well,
it was really funny.
www/ is just a fan site for Stoke-on-Trent based guitarists. Hey.
Hey.
Right, we're ending now. we're ending now. Say ta-ra, everyone. Bye, everyone.
Ta-ra.
See you next week.